You wake upon the shores of an inky expanse, the sea of ink. In the dark ahead of you, a speck blinks a light and pulses as you move deeper into the void. The glowing mote of light blinks more brightly with your approach. As you reach to touch it, it inscribes strange glyphs into the air, some unknown language. Embrace the light? The light begins to surge, growing brighter and brighter until all you can see is light. And then, gone. A moment later, it blinks a light by your side, bound to you.
Maybe this is the one, Nib.
Bin, the poor soul is a needless. You know as well as I that they are unable to speak or to bind.
But they found a new quill. Author knows they don't like those needless very much, so something has to be going on.
That makes no sense. These stories have been fading long before more quills started showing up. Best leave the needless to fall right back into the sea where they came.
Aww, why don't we at least let them choose their aspect and forms first? It'd be a shame to not even see what they choose to be. You, Needless! Looks like you're not dead yet, so that's a good sign. And the form you chose, it's wonderful.
Yes, and you've bound a quill. Quite unusual. It seems the ink has plans for you.
Oh, yes it does! You've already performed bindings and everything. Quite the spectacle it was.
Yes, a needless and a binder. Well, the Guardian of the Void ahead will not be as kind. Should you defeat it, perhaps you and your quill truly are fated for something grander than the sea.
Or not!
It seems you're a binder of some strength. Though, you will continue to find these anomalies spread throughout our worlds.
They're taking all the ink away from us! Bad little Unraveled, if you ask me!
And threatening our stories, our very existence.
But enough from us! Time for you to jump back up to the Atheneum and get out of this dank old place!
The Atheneum is no place for us, but this will not be our last encounter. The ink is not yet finished with you, Needless. Your form is young and still without purpose. But trust in your quill, and you may just find it.
You appear inside a cavernous hall, packed with emptiness, but full of stories. A massive clock of books and gears looms above the expanse, tick, tick, ticking away. From the countless black depths, damp breezes moan to life and stir the pages strewn about the rubble. Your quill urges you deeper into the cavernous space.
Arthur be damned, another one. All you needless just traipse in here, still damp from the sea from which you crawled. I thought that surely the Inkbound had created you with more sense than that, yet you all continue to surprise me. Well, you're in the Atheneum now, needless. And no binder worth their words is going to give you unfettered access to our stories without a proper proving. A short dive into the inkwell should give us a good idea of you. And at the very least, knock a little sense into that empty head. Try not to drown too quickly.
Another Needless. Always a welcome sight to see another one of you running around our worlds. You are the ones doing the hard work, after all. Oh, the Inkbound is trying, I'm sure. But you are really the heart of the Atheneum these days. Saving the worlds we wrote and everything. Oh, me? Well, you can call me the Scribe. But honestly, it's best you keep our meeting between us. Not that you could tell anyone even if you wanted to. Sorry.
not dry. If you're to be counted amongst our ranks, author be damned. This Athenian, since you've decided to review a mate, hurry then.
The source of the ticking. A giant wheel of books and gear.
Don't you touch that bindery, Needless, or your next dive into the inkwell will be your last. If even one book shifts out of place, the worlds to which you travel might collapse entirely.
Not a heart, then. A brain.
Oh, well, hello. I'm the counselor. Used to be a lot more of us. Counselors, that is. And everyone else, I guess. But just me now. Just me now, make the rules around here. More like laws, I guess. It's a bit complicated. Mostly it just means that I record things that people do. Other people. Which reminds me, I've got a list of specific things I need done on the board behind me. Changes day to day, but if you're free and you don't mind, any help you give would be, helpful.
The shelves are lined with books of all sizes and materials. Gilded leather tomes stamped with dry facts of history. Feathery parchments filled with flowery script. Poetry ready to evaporate with a stiff breath. But all of them share the same sickness. Their pages are fading. The words within them becoming shadows of a memory of a story. You hear passing pages and manic mutters behind the door. Candlelight flickers at the bottom of the doorframe. You knock on the door and immediately the muttering stops. Then, shadows shuffle across the flickering light before it goes dark. As you turn to leave, you hear a rustling on the floor. A note with nothing but a list of tasks, none of them small.
Ignored by the Inkbound? Well, that's no real surprise. Your presence is at least known now. But that does not mean that there is any more hope for the larger threat to us all. I can tell by your vacant expression that you've no clue who this Inkbound is. Only our chosen hero, our fearless leader, and most trusted protector, our savior. While you and your quill gallivant through the worlds to achieve some temporary victory, the Inkbound toils away at a more permanent solution to these unraveled and our fading stories. Regrettably, there is still work to be done, thus your creation. Stories that must be anchored, villains that must be thwarted. But it is with little hope that I give you this task. The garden's edge currently fades fastest. Your attention should be focused there to reclaim its ink for us. Your quill shows more manners than you do, Needless. Perhaps you can learn a thing or two from them. You've been given full range of the bindery now, Needless, by order of the Inkbound. Do not make that decision a regrettable one.
The figure looks up at you, but with their face hidden behind a mask, it's hard to tell if they're human or quill. Yet you feel their eyes bore into you just the same.